What's up, guys? Winter Kills here, and yes, it is I, the same exact version of Winter Kills that you've seen in the past few videos. Same shirt, same haircut, same deck box over here. It's because I'm recording all these videos at the same day. Like I said, several videos that I am on vacation currently, getting all these videos pre-made for all of you wonderful people out there. But today we are doing a bit of a set review, talking about the Battles of Legends set and some of the cards I'm most excited for, new and old, reprint and first release coming out of the set. And one of the first cards I want to talk about are some of the first cards, I guess, are the reprints. The first few cards to note, most importantly, the Black Dragon and White Dragons, the Baby Chaos Dragons. I'm really happy to see that these are in the set. Definitely cards to pick up. Could they be possible contenders for the ban list? Not likely if they are offering them in a reprint in the set that already looks very promising. So I doubt that these cards will see hits immediately, like within the next few months. But we are getting foil reprints of these, and these are cards that have been very expensive, at least in super rare versions of the Astral Packs versions of these cards that have became super rare. So very excited to see these, and they're definitely one of the better chase cards in the set for sure, either ultra or secret rare. Next, looking at artifacts, Lancia and Scythe. Lancia has been a staple in and out of decks for years now, so it's finally great to see this card getting a rarity bump alongside a reprint of Artifact Scythe, which is a card that's also been in and out of side decks and main decks as a sort of a stun strategy for several years, ever since its release in the Primal Origins set. Now getting its sort of reprint, because I believe the only other versions of this card have been, like $10+, which is really annoying when trying to pick it up, since you said you just only need one of them. Or maybe even multiples if you want to play a bit of a bigger artifact engine and more of a rogue deck that maybe plays artifacts as a whole. You don't have to quite break the bank for this card. Hopefully the reprint price will come down, and I think it should come down. And moving on, this is sort of talking about the package as a whole, not really just this one card, but the Shaddoll stuff. I believe Beast, Squamata, Hedgehog, and Falco are 4 foil bumps that we're getting for Shaddoll stuff. Maybe indication that Construct will be coming back to 2 or 3, thus encouraging sales here with the rarity bumped versions of Shaddoll monsters, so maybe a bit of a hint there. No Shaddoll fusions, I think, in the main set. Not like the fusion monsters themselves, Winda, Construct, Shack. Unfortunately, I think Shack would have been nice to see in here, because that card I still think is pretty expensive. I think it's like maybe $14 or something for the Mega Pack version, Mega Pack 16 or whatever it might be. But it's still nice to see foil bumps for cards that have always been rare. Squamata, I believe, has only been common. Squamata has only been rare, and Falco has only been rare. The Beast, rather, has a super rare reprint in the Astral Pack series, the same one that I believe the Black and White Dragons came out in from back when Shaddoll format was a thing. So still nice to see these cards that have been such powerful cards in the past now getting that rarity bump they deserve. Another card here I want to talk about is Subterra Guru. This card definitely should have been an OTS 10, but luckily we're seeing it here in the Battles of Legends set. I know a lot of people were upset that they didn't see it in this set. Same thing with the Cross Cycle, which we'll get to momentarily. But it's just really good to see this card finally getting a rarity bump, since it is probably the most important card in the Subterra strategy at the moment. It's just that good of a card. And then moving on, again, another package deal. The Sky Striker stuff that we're getting in here. Ray, Engage, Afterburner, and Widow Anchor. All incredible cards that we're getting. And at least sort of ensuring these cards are sort of safe from the ban list for the time being. Engage is a card that I've always thought will always stay at 3 for Sky Strikers. It's just hitting the niche cards around them that make it even more potent. Kagari, etc., multi-roll, things like that. So great that we'll finally have Engage be dropping in price. I believe Engage was, last time I checked was a couple days ago, was down to 28 a copy. I think we'll see the reprint version fall below 15 maybe, or lower hopefully, because I would love to pick up a playset of this for the Crusadia deck, because this is an engine I've always wanted to play in other decks. Crusadia and Mech Knight, Invoked, just never really had the want to, just because I would have to break the bank just for a couple cards, mainly just the 3 Engage and a Hornet Drone and maybe one other niche Sky Striker card, and I would just have to spend like $100+ to pick it up. But now, of course, getting that reprint is awesome, especially on cards like Widow Anchor and Afterburner as well. Those are just sort of bonuses. Now, I did mention earlier Necroz Cycle is another card I wanted to talk about. This is a card that I felt should have been either in dual power. Same thing with Guru, really. Should have been in dual power. And same thing with this Necroz Cycle. Should have been in OTS. I'm surprised it's been... This card came out in Secrets of Eternity, which was like 2015. Mid-2015. And it's still been rare, and it hasn't had a print in any other set. You think they would have given it in dual power with all the other Necroz stuff. They could have easily got rid of Mark of the Rose in that set for Necroz Cycle, but it was a $5 to $10 rare for some point. And I bought them as $4 rares, and my brother had two I didn't even know about, and I forgot that it was getting reprinted in this set as well. But it's good to have it in here anyways. So Necroz Cycle finally getting a reprint, so it's no longer rare. It'll be a foil reprint too, which is nice. Ultra or Secret with, I hope it's Ultra, to match the other rarity bump, not rarity bumped, but reprint versions of the Necroz, which will spell as Mirror, Kaleidoscope, etc., etc. Now talking about some of the extra deck monsters we're getting. Herald of the Arclight, again, this sort of falls under the same category as Cycle and Guru. Great to have this card finally readily available to the player base and not really having to break the bank. I picked these up at 10 a piece a couple weeks ago when I picked up Necroz, and they've been falling. This card was up to $25, I think, after Dual Power's release because of all the hype that was around it. Again, a card that should have been released in Dual Power, especially when you're releasing Necroz cards. Like, you can't just forget this card. You can't leave it out. I don't know. That's just me. It's new challengers for this set. The set came after Duelist Alliance. So it's been quite some time since this card has had it's never had a reprint. It was in the special editions for like Secrets of Eternity or something, or Duelist Alliance. I forget what set. One of the sets it was in a special edition, and it came out in new challengers. It's just such a great card, and now it's finally that great that we have a reprint for it. And the sort of the elephant in the room, I'm pretty sure this is the card that a majority of people are excited for to be in the Battles Legends set as a reprint, and that is Borrelsword Dragon. This card was near 100 at one point. It was like $96, anywhere from $90 to $96 for the longest time, slowly dropping its way down towards the release of the set. So if you have a Borrelsword, I'd probably sell it and just pick it up again in a couple weeks and get your money's worth. If you can sell it, I think the time to sell it was probably when the stuff got announced months ago, but if you still want to try to flip it for something, I would say this is probably the last time to try and do that, because it's probably the price right now I can imagine just going down as is. So still great to have this card be in the set. I would definitely pick up a second copy of Borrelsword. I already have the original from Cybernetic Horizon. I've used Borrelsword in pretty much almost every deck that I have, and I'm recording dual videos all the time, and it's like, both decks need Borrelsword, and I go into Borrelsword first, let me borrow the Borrelsword. Now I can just get a second one, and I don't have to worry about that. There's other Link monsters that I would need to do that for as well. But Borrelsword, definitely one of them, because prior I'd have to pay like $80 just to get a second copy, which is kind of ridiculous. Moving on, 3 new cards that I'm the most excited for. I'm sure there's other cards in the set that you're excited for that I didn't mention. If I didn't mention them, let me know what those cards are for you down in the comment section below. Is it the new hero stuff? Is it the Fortune Lady stuff? Whatever it may be, let me know. But for me personally, it's these 3 Link monsters, the next 3 Link monsters we're going to talk about. First one being Psyframe Lord Lambda. Do I play Psyframes? No, I despise a pure Psyframe deck. I hate it. It's giving me PTSD. It's giving me nightmares. I hate playing against pure Psyframes. But this card is great in a deck that is very near and dear to me, and that is the Mech Knight Invoke strategy, because you can trigger this card off of Purple Nightfall, who happens to be a Psychic, and this card says, on top of that effect to search the Gamma, you can activate the effects of Psyframe Gear monsters in your hand, even if you control a monster. And if another face-up Psychic monster you control or monsters is banished while this card is on the field, except during the damage step, you can activate this effect during the end phase of this turn, add a Psyframe card from your deck to your hand. So if another face-up Psychic monster or monsters is banished, Purple Nightfall, or just using Purple Nightfall to banish any other Mech Knight card in your field, end phase, you will get the Search of a Gamma, and you'll be able to use it while this is on field. Also including, a card like, Mechaba, it's great. You have the negation from Mechaba and the negation from the Lambda, giving you that Gamma. And then after you Gamma them during their turn, when the Gamma and Driver banish themselves, you can add another copy of Gamma. And I think playing 2 Driver in a build will be standard. And I think I already have an advanced list posted in Discord, so join Discord if you haven't already. It should be in deck ideas somewhere. And I think I already have a duel video out featuring Post Battles of Legend Invoked. I think it might already be out. It might not. It probably is already out. You should go check it out. Annotated up in the top right somewhere at the end of the video. I don't know. And then also we got the double-headed Anger Knuckle, or double header Anger Knuckle, whatever its name is going to be. This is the Link monsters that trains need. It is such a great card. It allows you to take full advantage of the field spell during your opponent's turn. The effect to basically, during the main phase, send 1 monster from your hand or field to the graveyard and target a level 10 machine monster in your graveyard, special summon and defense, but its effects are negated, so that can trigger the field spell to summon out something else to sort of wall up, trigger effects. It's really, really awesome. And then it has the other effect. If it's in the graveyard, you can send 1 card from your hand or field to the graveyard. Special on this card, you can only use 1 double header Anger Knuckle effect return only once that turn. So this allows you to basically ditch your Ruffian Railcar and your Bullet Express Liner to the grave to be able to summon this card out and also trigger cards like Derek Crane. It's a really awesome card. It gives you that side arrow to make more rank 10 monsters. It's so good, and I'm so finally happy it's in here. And it's getting confirmed for the TCG. It's just, I just wish the DDD Link was in here because it'd definitely be on this list. And then the last Link monster we're talking about, of course, the Salamangreat Almirage, the Link one. This is a card I feel like Salamangreats themselves might only play 1 copy of at best. I don't know. This definitely doesn't replace Balinks. It's just a card that shouldn't even be called Salamangreat Almirage. It should just be called something Almirage or just Almirage. Because it's just a generic Link monster. It has almost nothing to do with Salamangreats. It says 1 normal summon or set monster with 1,000 or less attack. Quick effect, you contribute this card, then target 1 monster you control. It cannot be destroyed by your opponent's cards or effects this turn. When you normal summon a set monster, when your normal summon / set monster is destroyed by battle with this card in your graveyard, you can special summon this card. You can only use the effect of Salamangreat Almirage once per turn. So, I mean, it could have some synergy in Salamangreat, sure. That first effect, you know, using a card like Spinny to go into this and then targeting a card to make sure it cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. That could also come in clutch as well. You know, for a quick effect tribute to save something like Balinks as well, sort of like Balinks 2.0. But it gives you that arrow to the bottom right, which is so key because you can normal Alistair, add Invocation, link Alistair and Almirage away for Lambda, make a, you know, purple Nightfall play, search Gamma, Fusion. You're just in a real good spot there. It's such a good card, and I'm so happy for it. But yeah, these, in my opinion, are the best cards coming out of this set. Some of the best reprints, some of the best new cards coming out for me personally as well. And yeah, that's it for me. Let me know what you guys think are your favorite cards that are coming out of the set as well. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Let me know down in the comment section below, or tell me in Discord if you want to do it that way. If you want to be super, super cool and join the Discord squad. Much appreciated. Also, follow me on Twitch as well. And yeah, as always, guys, we're going to kill Senate out. We'll see you guys in the next one.